Police accuse a man of a violation, but admit there's no evidence. There's no crime, yet officers still demand a name to issue an exclusion. So here's the real question: can authority invent a claim just to force compliance?
He basically just lied to you and told you I was selling CDs because he knew he could say that.
It's okay.
You have recourse to go against that, but...
Well, we'll just take it down the road somewhere else.
Exactly. There's plenty of other rust areas and places that
it just makes it hard on us. I hope you understand that we're not out here on drugs. My eyes are clean. I don't have warrants.
You don't look like a drug dealer.
I didn't give you my name because I stand up for my rights.
Okay. And I appreciate that.
Look what happened to him when he gave you his name.
He understands. Look, it has his eyes. He actually understands.
I get it.
Okay.
And I appreciate it. And so do the 78 people watching.
But can I please have your...
Right now, the individual is expressing frustration and distrust towards someone who just claimed they were selling CDs. This moment stands out because the speaker's tone is one of righteous indignation, emphasizing that this person knew they could get away with saying something false. The concrete detail here is that the speaker mentions 78 people watching, implying that there are witnesses to this exchange. What's new compared to earlier parts is that the individual is now directly addressing someone else, pointing out their apparent deceit. This increases tension because it's a confrontational moment where trust has been broken.
You cannot.
I can finish the exclusion.
I didn't.
You guys can go on your way, and we're done with it.
Did they even say they wanted me excluded? Because I've never even been out of the car.
Yes. That's what I'm being told.
You can't have my ID for that. That is not a criminal offense. Like you just said, that is a violation.
See, the thing is, even if you give it...
And you have to ask us to leave.
Each other 24/7. So he's my babysitter. If I can't be here, he ain't gonna be.
Bottom line, you tell me not to come here. I ain't trying to come back and go to jail. I follow the rules.
All you have to do is give us a verbal warning. We will not be
I
back.
can't give verbal warnings. They get written.
Or you can give me a written warning.
Right. And we've done this before and we refuse. I haven't refused.
Here's what's happening right now. The individual is standing their ground, refusing to hand over their ID. They're citing a specific point that it's not a criminal offense and pointing out the inconsistency in the request. The person says they've never left the car, so how can they be excluded? This is different from earlier parts of this situation because we're seeing a clear boundary being drawn by the individual. They're not backing down. What's new here is that the individual is referencing past experiences where they've refused to comply and gotten verbal warnings. They're saying if you tell them not to come back, they won't.
On here before, they fill it out and they give it to us, and you know who I am, you know our place. If we come back here, you can get us. You don't need our names to get us. We do on the back.
We're not from Oregon. We got some really funny plates. They're Kentucky plates.
So, that's a trip permit.
A what?
It's a trip permit.
Correct, but this is registered.
It's a registered
and insured.
How am I supposed to know that you're...
Right now, two individuals are engaged in a conversation that's taking an interesting turn. They're discussing the purpose of filling out a form and handing it over to someone, likely an authority figure. What's new here is their emphasis on not needing their names to identify themselves. One of them mentions they have Kentucky plates, which adds a layer of specificity to the situation. When the other person corrects them, pointing out that this is registered, it becomes clear
you're not Steve, you're not Jim, you know, those are the issues.
Right, we'd have to violate the law, and at first it's an infraction, like you said, a violation.
In the state of Oregon,
you're not allowed to get our names over a trespass. You have to ask us to leave first.
Violation for the purposes of a citation. I can ask you for your name and your date of birth.
But I'm not getting a citation because there's nothing to cite me for.
You're being cited so that you cannot come back on state property.
Right.
Right now, the conversation is taking a turn. The officer is trying to reason with the person, explaining that they're not violating any laws yet and that it would be an infraction at most. He's pointing out that in Oregon, you can't get someone's name without them agreeing to leave first. What's new here is the emphasis on the specific law and how it applies. The officer is getting more detailed, mentioning things like violation for the purposes of a citation and stating exactly what he would need to do to give